Hey everybody, this is Wraith WR coming to you with another test server video. Test server 5.6, I believe. Anyway, before we begin, leave your your comments down below. Do consider subscribing and hit that notification button for more content, for more videos. Please. I appreciate it. Thanks. And as far as this test server is concerned, not much to really talk about with this. I mean, it's just doing more tests on Titans, so I figured I would add a little bit of difference to this by talking about Sting, Wasp, and Viper, mostly Sting and Wasp, and showcasing them in my battle in this video. You'll see why a little bit later in this video. As far as Titans are concerned, well, there's a bit of a snag in this test server. I'll show you a little bit later in the video. By the way, those of you who are noticing the scrolling of these robots, that's basically what Pixonic has got in store for us. No 3D views of these robots anymore. By the way, Pixonic, this is cool and all, but it kind of sucks at the same time. I prefer the old way, but then I've noticed a lot of problems with lag and everything else. If this is your way of fixing the lag in the game, well, then I'm all for it. Whatever helps with the lag and slowing, whatever problems that people are having with their internet connection with this game and not being able to move their robots, not able to shoot their weapons. And by the way, I will be sending you something on that. Shredders do 688 damage at level 8, 500 meters. Sting do 850 damage at 600 meters. Yes, there's a meter difference, but this product boggles my mind. Adrian says this weapon is worthless because you hardly ever see it in Champions League. Well, what long-range weapon is good? Pixonic, they're all about the balance. Why does players like him say that this weapon is worthless when if he says he hardly ever sees it in Champions League? In here we just barely got Leech out, and corrosion weapons are supposed to be the perfect counter to Leech. Well, to me this kind of sounds like a twisted balance. If Sting is supposed to be so great against Leech, Why does hardly anybody use it in the Champions League? I mean, it's got 850 damage, so where is the power of Sting? And I'm not even talking about Wasp. I mean, maybe a light weapon, but it's supposed to do more damage at just 100-meter difference than Shredder. And Shredder has lockdown. It does not have corrosion, which is damage over time. So, Pixon, I gotta say, either this weapon is still too weak, and here's the interesting part. They both have 3-second reload time. Maybe the corrosion part of it is not strong enough. I don't know. I think this weapon, either you need to adjust it or help it to find its purpose in the game, because right now, if someone like Adrian says it's worthless, maybe you need to adjust it in order to make it relevant again in the game. I mean, is this weapon supposed to be in the lower leagues? Because if that's true, then this game is screwed up. I mean, this is supposed to be a meta weapon, right? Right. I thought all meta weapons were supposed to be supposed to be popular in Champions League. I don't know. I think you need to adjust the power in this weapon, or adjust the damage over time, meaning buff it up, or show everybody just what this weapon is truly capable of, including players like Adrian. I mean, do I find this weapon useless? I've tried it on my main account, and I find that it does not do the damage it's supposed to do. And I'm going to show you that in this video. All on the Blitz. Got 4 of them on there. Hey Pixonic, we're coming upon the part where I was going to show you something on this test server about the Titans. See that? I just tried to purchase Ming, and I couldn't. I don't know if you did that deliberately, or if there's a glitch or bug or whatever, but I wasn't able to purchase Ming in order to use it. So if there is a glitch or bug, you guys need to fix that for live server. I had a similar problem with the other robots, and I even had a problem with upgrading. Couldn't upgrade none of those 3 parts you see in front of you, and couldn't even purchase weapons for the robot. Couldn't change weapons at all. I don't know if you did that on purpose, or if it's a glitch, or what's the story, but if it is a glitch or bug, you need to fix that as well. here. Yeah, internet connection. I don't know if it was my end or your end, but either way, it was a problem. Same can be said for both types of weapons. By the way, what's the point? What's the deal with the modules on this? Are you adding modules or no? I don't understand that part. This scene right here seriously needs some background, not just to see the floor. Even if it's just 4 walls, it's better than empty space, but just my personal opinion. Anyway, those are the glitches I found in this game when it came to the Titans. I don't know if you did that on purpose or if you need to fix that. But anyway, all I was able to use on this was the kid with the weapons that were already attached to it. Nothing else. I wasn't able to upgrade or anything. So, all that being said, I was still able to use it in battle, but still, kind of sucked I wasn't able to try out Ao Ming. Anyway, as you can see, those are the pilot skills modules, and I chose Sting for the Blitz only to showcase just how bad Sting is in this game. Tried Thunders on Behemoth just for fun. This setup with Leech just for fun. The only 2 weapons I was really trying to showcase in this were Sting and Wasp. I keep hearing it said, especially by Adrian, that those weapons just aren't good enough for Champions League. I honestly like them. I only have 1 Wasp, but I love Sting, but I've seen other players use it, but they don't do a whole lot of damage for some reason. I don't know if there's a glitch or what the problem is, but they really don't do a whole lot of damage. And up against a robot like the tanks like Falcon, yeah, no point in bothering. But up against Leech, I really don't know what to say. I didn't get the chance to try that, but anyway, Sting needs to be buffed, or at least the corrosion damage does. It's just not really strong enough, not even for a light weapon, and I'm bouncing back between Champions League and Master League. These days I'm in Master League again, and in my main account, and I find it a fun weapon to use. It's just it's really weak. Unfortunately, my Stinger only have MK1 level 10. Not really maxed out, but still. Fun factor there, it's not strong. Now this test server, I found it's just as bad. Those are only at level 8. But if you're going up against hordes of leeches on this game, especially on live server, those things, Sting and Wasp desperately need to be looked at. Because if there's supposed to be a counter to leech, and that's what these weapons are supposed to represent, you've botched something there, Sonic, because these two weapons just aren't measuring up to Viper. And if that's all players are going to be using is Viper or Aljun meaning its special ability, the Corrosion in its flamethrower, well, I'm starting to wonder a lot about that whole scenario. Anyway, I haven't really tried my Aljun yet, but I plan to. I just need to level them up. I only have 2 of them. As you can see, I wasn't doing a whole lot of damage to that Falcon with Wasp. Well, I put 3 of them on a Bulgazari. Well, I just wanted to try it out since I like Bulgazari. I found it to be a useless situation, especially up against the T-Falcon, which is really disappointing. Didn't even hardly do any damage to it. This was Wasp. Anyway, Sonic, maybe you should create weapons that do corrosion damage and make them brawling weapons, you know, a new set of corrosion weapons that can brawl with, because mid-range just doesn't cut it in this game, especially up against robots like leeches and Falcons and all other kinds of tanks out there. Just saying. Maybe make a 300 or 350 range Tommy gun type weapon, a machine gun that does corrosion. I mean, that actually sounds pretty cool to me, but that's just my opinion. I don't know if you've ever heard of Tommy guns. Back in the old days when you saw Dick Tracy using those little Tommy guns against Babyface and Flat Top and all them. It was really cool if you ever see the movie. It's a really fun movie to watch. But that's just my idea. You can take it or leave it, but Tommy guns for brawler weapons and corrosion ability on top of that sounds like incredible fun, especially on a robot in this game. What would be the reload time? They're brawling weapons. What can you say? Don't go 10 seconds. I would go 6 to 8 as the limit, but yeah, that's just my opinion. Anyway, as you can see, I was just having fun with some of these robots, but I wanted to showcase Wasp on Bulgazari, how useless it is against some of this stuff, and with pilot skills and modules, and Force Sting on a Blitz was even worse with Adrian Chong's pilot on it as well. Just seemed useless in this game. Wasn't doing hardly any damage. I don't know what the situation is, but anyway. by the way, Pixonic, I've got to point out something to you, since this is the only time I get to actually say anything to you and you guys actually listen. What is with the deal with getting so many leeches in the Halloween special event? And it just gives you nothing but leeches and leech components. You know how many leeches I have? I managed to get 5 out of that thing. And yes, I did make purchases in that. Power cells beyond belief, gold beyond belief. I've got like 5 leeches and 5 phantoms. Overkill. And I was trying to get those new weapons. Yes, I spent money on this. Hey, I'm a pay-for-fun player, not a paid-winner. I don't believe that pay-to-win garbage. It's stupid saying, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, yeah, Thunder's on a Behemoth going up against a Titan. Now that's classic. That's fun. Titan 0, Behemoth 1. And on test server. I'm going to leave you with saying this and I'll let you enjoy the rest of the video. Pixonic, if leeches are supposed to be the new meta, what's the point of using Sting or Wasp in the game if they're this weak? And Vipers, they may be good, but nobody wants to, how many players are really going to upgrade a weapon like that to their maximum? They're just too expensive to upgrade. And the Aljun are getting out of control. Just see them left and right everywhere. I actually see you guys nerfing that robot. Unfortunately. Please buff Sting and Wasp, especially Sting. That's all I'm asking. And see you in the next video.